Hey everyone, back again 84 here with an all-new Beyblade review. And like promised from my last review, I bring you Gravity Perseus, Stamina version. Now, the sad part about this review is that it isn't the Japanese Beyblade we all know and love. No, it's actually, Clash Tornado Speed Top. One of the most famous Beyblade ripoffs, or knockoffs. Now, you probably think it's going to look all cool, right? From the last review you've seen, how even though the other Beyblade is a knockoff, it looks pretty cool. Well, not exactly in this case. Let's just say Clash Tornado Speed Top cannot beat Rapidity. So let's get to the box first. Yeah, it costs pretty much the same as the other one. Anyways, again, 4D system, you already see the logo, and here you see the biggest default. Now, we all know it's Gravity Perseus, Stamina version, but why does it say Feng Leon? A misprint, I guess? And here it gives you some information about each pieces, and the two modes it have, you guys already know. And is that Feng Leon on top? Wow. So, a bunch of Chinese words I can't really read, and well, that's all there is to the box. So let's take another look. Here's Gravity Perseus. Pretty epic, right? Well, let's just say we have these. So of course, they come with a bunch of pieces for you to customize your own Beyblade. And one thing I want to point out real quick. Perseus is supposed to be a forbidden Bey, just like El Drago. How only the energy ring can fit with only one fusion wheel. Like, let's show you a quick demonstration. This part right here is supposed to cover up the whole diecast ring. But however, they failed to do that. So, I guess the knockoff Perseus isn't really so special after all. So, let's get to the comparison. Here is Perseus. The diecast pretty much looks the same, though it isn't really that much shiny paint on it, and of course it's not gold. And now you have the two tips, one in diecast and one in really bad coloring plastic. You have the spin track, which is, I don't know why they made it green. I'm guessing they just added a bunch of pieces into it. The energy ring. From right out of the box, the sculpting looks nice, though it's not the real energy ring where it's supposed to cover up the whole diecast part. And of course, the paint is already coming off. Really, really sad. And you don't have the nice translucent faceplate. I'm always a big fan of how Gravity Destroyer's faceplate looks like, but it's not translucent, and the sticker they put on is just out of order. I mean, I wouldn't mind if this was a sticker, but it wouldn't kill them to make it straight. So enough of that. You also come with the Ripper, and even you guys all know that Gravity Perseus is supposed to spin left. Well, they designed it to spin right. So let's just put them together. Now, of course, you have his energy. Well, you have his energy ring, and you have his fusion wheel. Simply just put it on anyways. We all know that there's two modes. One mode where this part of him is showing, and the other mode where this part is showing. So anyways, you take the fusion wheel, the spin track, stick it right in. You take I'm going to choose the diecast tip because it's much cooler. I don't know. Take the faceplate, tighten it in, and then just wind it up until you have Perseus. So let's get this tip out of the way. I'm just going to point out this tip really doesn't make a difference. It just makes him go really, really fast and get it out of control. So I'll show you that demonstration. Here's the ripcord, and again, even though it's supposed to spin left, it's right. So let's go over the details first. Like I said before, the diecast looks pretty epic because I'm a big fan of how Perseus looks like. But the the paint on the shiny diecast really doesn't reflect to light I'm showing. I mean, even the tip is much more shinier. And the sculpting are nice. The sculpting are really accurate, I have to give them that. But the paint job is really pathetic. The spin track I'm not a big fan of because it would have been cooler if they made it blue, kind of blackish, just like real Perseus, but it's green and it kind of stands out. The fusion wheel looks pretty nice in sculpting, and this is a fake fusion wheel though. I kind of wish it would cover up the pieces and make it look kind of more accurate. Though the paint on it, it's coming off real fast. You can't see with the camera. Oh, I guess you can. The paint right here, it's silver. Paint the silver. Here, the silver is kind of coming off. And that's a big disappointment. So, and you also have the Facebook. Wow, it's just a Facebook with a sticker slapped on. We all know Perseus symbol is pretty cool, but the sticker part there is just kind of lame. So let's rip them up. Of course, you tighten up the Beyblade, and then you let it rip. I actually test him out a lot of times, and he spins a pretty long amount of time, and he's kind of a hard Beyblade to get knocked down. So that's one of his modes. So let's get to the other ones. Come on, stand, camera. Let's open up this Facebook. Switch this around. Put this back in. Yeah, pretty much no difference, except he's... I don't know. I see him the same way. Now I'm trying to catch it with my camera, but when he spins with the lighting on, he has a really nice shining to him. So let's check out the other tip. The one that makes him go kind of really fast. We all know how to exchange tips. So let's reload this. Let's tighten him up and let it rip. You can see he goes kind of faster and he bounced against the wall. Makes it really accurate to how Perseus actually moves in the show. Okay, that's enough look at him. So, Perseus, right? For knockoffs, I really don't like him. And I could wish they'd done better. I mean, you had the other Beyblades from the Rapidity series, and even though they were knockoffs, they were really nice looking and they're very accurate from the toy they tried to copy. Destroyer is just out of order. The Facebook should have been translucent. This thing should have been painted golden except the silver effort, the pathetic silver effort they put on. The paint job should have been better on the fusion wheel. I mean the energy ring, and it should have been more accurate of this part covering up each pieces. And why the hell did they throw in a green spin track? The plastic of the spin track isn't nice either. You can see it's almost cracking up. And the tip is pretty pathetic. Except for the diecast tip though, I might have use for this. So if you see a Beyblade on the streets or anywhere that sells knockoffs, do not buy Tornado Speed Top. If you have to because you're poor or something and you really want Beyblades that look nice, get Rapidity. Get the Rapidity Beyblades. And if you don't like knockoffs at all, you can just get the Metal Fusion or Metal Masters, any American Beyblades. And if you were seriously rich, get some Japanese Beyblades. I really suggest you guys to not get Tornado Speed Top. These will be a waste of your money. And if you actually, you know what? It's really up to you. If you care about the details, this thing is bad. If you care about the way it fights, this Beyblade beats a bunch of Beyblades. I mean, I tried him in a tournament once, and he's actually knocked out a lot of my Beyblades. So he's a strong Beyblade, but not a nice detailed Beyblade. So like I said before, if you're the type of person who doesn't care about the details and only want to beat other Beyblades in battle, then go ahead, pick up the Tornado Speed Top. because they are pretty strong, I have to admit. But if you're a person who loves the details of the amazing Beyblades they painted on, then do not, I repeat, don't buy Tornado Speed Top, because the details are really pathetic and they're not even accurate. And if you really like details and can't afford a real actual Japanese Beyblade, get Rapidity. They are worth it. They are fake, but they are nice detail, pretty strong, and they are, well, they're closer to being an actual Japanese Beyblade. Beside this, I mean, this, you can't even pass it off as a Japanese Beyblade. You can pass it off as a old, customized American Beyblade, I guess. Too much hate in this review. So let's just close it up. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to comment anything below, if you want to argue with me, then comment below. If you really want to save this video for other things, then click the favorite button. I really don't care about that. I only care about the views. Hehehe. And you can follow me on Facebook. Check out what I'm up to and see what new tools I'm getting. The link is www.facebook.com/Becky84. Or you can check that out in the description below. You can choose either one. I also have a blogspot you can check out. It's BeckyK84toyreviews.blogspot.com. And again, you can either spell that out or check the link below. And of course, subscribe for future updates of new toy reviews. And for some of you Bakugan fans out there, heard of Galaxia?